Good afternoon. My name is John Horodyski. I'm here at Henry Stewart Dam, Europe, in beautiful, hot, sunny London. And I'm meeting with Maria to discuss a day in the life of Dam. Hi, Maria. Tell me more about yourself, the role you have, the company you're a part of.
Hello, John. Thank you so much for having me today. We've had an excellent day here today, and my name is Maria Efstathiou. I work at Ubisoft. I am the Global Business Dam Manager, product owner. I'm used to calling myself a dam manager, so.
That's a good word.
But the trendy name in the business now these days is product owner. So, and I do this role globally, and I do it specifically on the business end, meaning that Ubisoft has many digital asset management needs, being that we're one of the world's most prolific video game publishers.
Absolutely.
And specifically what I'm responsible for is the marketing dam. So my content is about bringing product to market.
And what city are you based in?
I've got 1 foot in each city, 1 foot in Paris and 1 foot in San Francisco, and we can talk about the challenges that come along with that.
Absolutely.
It's exciting with broad responsibility. It's a very good approach, yet it comes with its management challenges.
Quick fun question. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Party Girl with Parker Posey. It's an old, kind of late 90s indie movie about a girl who's lost in life. All she does is party and throw parties. She finds herself in jail one night and she has to restart her life. And she kind of has a fairy godmother character who offers her a job and lodging in a New York City public library. Nice. And she becomes a librarian.
Wow.
And finds her way in life, and it's a very happy ending.
Inspirational, maybe.
I absolutely recommend to everybody in Dam to watch that film.
Excellent. Maria, big question. When did you realize that Dam was your jam?
Well, it was a very specific event, actually. Henry Stewart found me via LinkedIn and invited me to a luncheon at 3M where I saw a dam for the first time. And at that moment, my whole life changed, because dam, as we know, are 3 things that only dams do, which is unbreakable URLs despite metadata schema changes, 2, auto detection of duplicates, and 3, file transformation. And once I understood that, I became a devotee from there on, and here I am.
You saw the power of Dam.
Yes, absolutely.
So you are now currently responsible for Ubisoft's global marketing Dam system. How did you achieve such a goal?
I think it's important, in my case, and I think in everybody's case, it's very important to be engaged with the industry itself and to attend these kinds of events. I found this role specifically because I attended Henry Stewart in Chicago. I let people know that I was looking for new opportunities. And within 6 months, I was at Ubisoft taking on my next challenge.
Isn't that awesome?
It's fantastic, and I directly got it through networking at a Henry Stewart conference.
So along the way, did you have any significant milestones that you can sort of address as you went through that?
So I think there are 3 things I can identify as being really important into developing into a global product owner in Dam. One is multinational experience and being able to manage content across multiple languages. Scale is very important. While I didn't maybe have the most interesting and an enthralling collection, I had a large scale, and I had aimed early in my career to have a very large user base. All of those things prepared me for taking on a role with this kind of complexity.
And it's a global role with a very complex, powerful brand. It must be very exciting to have that.
It is very exciting. It is not without its challenges, though. Yeah. You need to have incredible stamina to run a program at this scale in a very flat organization across multiple time zones. You need to be willing to make personal sacrifices in traveling and being away from home for extended periods of time. And most of all, you need to be able to balance the cultural differences amongst a multinational team and multinational stakeholder groups.
So if you could go back and give Maria some advice, what would you say? What advice would you give yourself?
I would have learned the agile and lean approach earlier and studied it earlier, because increasingly in our space, we need to be able to reprioritize functionalities and do that in an informed way. And I would learn more about the software development side of the business. I would have been more prepared in that sense. How long will it take a team of developers, whether they're outside developers and you're purchasing that service or you have an internal team, how long can I expect it to take for such a functionality to be developed? Mm-hmm. Those are things I wish I had been better informed about when I took this role.
Yeah. What I like about that is that you really much focused it on the people and the person and the technology. You addressed all those things, so I think that's really good advice to give to younger Maria if it could happen. All right, let's take some time now and talk about a day in the life of Maria, the rock star, the DAM product owner. Rise and shine. What's the first thing on your agenda for the day? What are you thinking?
The first thing, especially if I'm in Paris, the first thing you must do is say bonjour. It changes the whole tone
bonjour.
of you. Bonjour. If being friendly, having manners, and sets the tone for the day. As the DAM product owner, you have many constituents, and your attitude can really set the tone for the day.
Absolutely.
And then after I say bonjour and have a quick coffee, I was
waiting for the espresso plug at some point, so I'm glad you snuck that in there.
Coffee is essential to the role as far as I'm concerned.
Oui.
And then I have a meeting with my team once a week, so twice a week actually now that we've released. But once a week I have a meeting with the team across from Bucharest to Paris to Montreal to San Francisco. Everybody's on the phone at 8 a.m.
Yeah.
to discuss what the status is, what critical bugs are, and if there has been any reprioritization by the business. And if so, we collectively discuss it to see what actions we're going to take in our backlog to accommodate the adjustments that we need to make.
So you wake up, you say bonjour, comment ça va ce matin, you have a cup of coffee, an espresso. Do you go right into a team huddle moment? Do you meet with certain people? And if you do, what are you trying to decide upon for that moment?
We are trying to decide whether our priorities that we have on the roadmap should still be the priorities because we have an agile approach. So we
like
review
daily
that.
stand-ups type of thing, potentially?
It's not every day, but it's twice a week.
Nice.
Because there are many other responsibilities that I have in a given week. Everything from training to executive sponsorship in championship meetings, so educating them and informing them. Communications planning and execution.
Yeah.
Communications tracking. UAT, user acceptance testing and user acceptance feedback loops that I have to follow up on and record. And then always upsell for the ROI work. And there's always taxonomy refreshes.
Absolutely.
And there's always UX UI improvement. So I have also weekly standing meetings with the UX UI team because user experience is very important.
I'm really excited to see that the words agile are being used much more often here at Henry Stewart because it is very much of everyone's process, so I'm glad you're saying those things. Now, as you know, every day is different. Things come up, dynamic business, dynamic challenges. Fires happen on a regular basis. How's your firefighting skills? What are you doing? How are you putting those fires out?
So here's another lesson learned. I wasn't very good at it when I first started. I didn't have the right testing apparatus behind me to understand really how to prioritize bugs. When you have a huge user base of a DAM, you're going to be getting a lot of incident reports. And learning how to structure and gather as much actionable information on those incidents is critical to being able to prioritize them properly, and also to arm your team with enough data to fix them.
Absolutely.
And so I would be in a panic when I would first hear, oh my goodness, mass upload isn't working. And I would file a bug complaint, mass upload isn't working, exclamation point, That's not helpful to anybody. Mm-hmm. What you need to do is take a breath, ask analytical questions, kind of like you're a damn doctor.
Damn doctor works.
A damn doctor.
Damn
and so
doctor.
you can do an assessment.
Correct.
And you can diagnose what the issue is. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you're going to be running around with your hair on fire all the time, and that's no way to work. Believe me, that causes serious team fatigue.
Oh, for sure. So good communication, you're a damn doctor, the fires are out, the assessment has been made, the damn doctor's feeling good. It's time, it's your time, it's time to think, it's strategy time. So what are those long-term strategies that you're thinking about?
So I'm a classicist in my approach. You have to keep your North Star, and you need to have a grounding, guiding lights. Otherwise, you can start scoping out and bleeding out your scope into many areas that really aren't your responsibility to deliver. Mm-hmm. So I always keep a copy of your book and Teresa Regley's book right at my desk. Because as I'm authoring the stories by which to enhance my functionalities in the dam and grow it and mature and I always use the dam maturity model as my guiding light.
It's good criteria.
Which is something that Henry Stewart publishes and teaches regularly year after year. And I'll even do the workshop, the dam leadership workshop that here at Henry Stewart, if not every year, every other year, to remind me of those grounding principles, because there is a path. And you need to take things step by step, because if you put the cart before the horse, you can waste time and develop features that don't have any lasting impact. Mm-hmm.
And one of the really good things about the Henry Stewart conferences and the events and their webinars is that they do give you those case studies, examples, criteria upon which to measure yourself again. So I'm glad that you're sort of expressing those things at the same time. So that all being done, and the assessment on all those good, it's the end of the day for you, another cup of coffee potentially. It's time to meet your manager and discuss your progress and the progress of the system and all that. What are your KPIs that you're looking at?
So KPIs for me right now are very simple, because I inherited a dam that was being used as a morgue, as I call it, or an archive. And what I want to do is bring it into a live, breathing marketing hub. So my critical KPIs right now on a monthly basis, and I measure these month on month, is number of visits to my site, then number of unique visitors to my site, number of uploads, and what I'm driving for over the next 2 months is I'm starting to be able to measure the number of shares. Now, I don't have a share notification system in the system yet, but it's something I'm going to go live with in late August. Yeah. Measuring shares rather than number of downloads, because what do we want to do as responsible dam managers? We want to start teaching businesses, and this is every business globally, stop downloading. You don't need to download. A dam gives you preview, collaboration, functionalities, and the ability to share. Share it responsibly, because remember, DRM is all over a dam.
Of course,
You've got embargo. And so you don't want to have those be animals that get out of your assets being animals that get out of the cage, because that rabbit comes out of the cage and it's just going to have 100 babies everywhere.
Yes.
And then you just end up with another migration headache, and then it just becomes a catch-22, right?
I'm glad you said those KPIs, because it's all about measurement, and measurement is all about maturity, and that's the best way we can mature in our dam positions and the dam program that you have at Ubisoft, is that measurement will get you to those places.
I know it's a simple place, but it's a good place to start, and then you can start getting fancy. You can say, I want to measure what my upload speed is every time somebody uploads, and what my you can start setting other ones, but until I think you get those fundamentals down, everything else is going to be a maturation of that.
Sure. So as a dam rock star, as a dam product owner, as a dam doctor, What's the best part of your job? What's the best thing that you like doing about DAM?
At the risk of sounding like a librarian, which I am proudly.
Well, go with that risk. Do it. Say it.
Centralization and being a source of truth and allowing for collaboration and knowledge capture, ease of transition, ease of scalability in a business, all of these beautiful things that a centralized library brings an organization. It strengthens the culture.
Absolutely.
And in that way, I'm purist, and I'm a total, and I have rose-colored, and without those rose-colored glasses, you know, I think, I don't know, this isn't an easy job.
Right. But you, as a doctor, damn rock star, you
have
figured it out.
You kind of have to have your Hippocratic oath.
You really do, actually.
You have to have your principles and believe in them.
Yeah, but I like the way that you say it, like the DAM as that single source of truth. It creates collaboration, it creates positivity in terms of how a company can create and distribute that content out. So I'm glad you're
tons of value from a cultural standpoint and from a bottom line.
Right. So you've been to many of these conferences and these events, and you've met many of the DAM professionals out there. And a lot of people who will be listening and watching this interview today will have a lot of questions. And then I think I would love to know from your point of view, what's the advice that you would give to other DAM professionals out there? What would you, if you could have the opportunity to meet with them, such as us in this lovely room, what's some good advice that you would give them?
One, become an expert in your information domain. So the information and data that you're stewarding, what is its purpose, and what is its value to the business, and how can you optimize the value? So become really an information domain expert. 2 is listen to your users in order to prioritize. And balance that listening with what you know is best digital asset management practice. Right. Different best practices will be more important to your business than others. For example, compliance might be more important in a pharma business than it is in my business, video game industry. Flexibility and agility is very important, and collaboration is in my bit. So to take those shining beacons of best practice and cherry pick the best of them, and then balance them with what you're getting from demands of the business and user feedback. And those are the 2 big ones, and then courage, because really the data deluge is enormous, and it's not just in my corner of the business. It is, and you know this better than even I as a consultant, and you have a lot of exposure to different corners. It's real. It's real.
Yeah, and the data deluge that comes, new things come with it, like artificial intelligence. There's new things that are being thrown into us, but I love the way that you grounded that sort of sense of joie de vivre, if I may say so en français, in your way of doing the damn rockstar role that you have.
And thank you. I mean, you bring up AI, and I think that it's more useful to speak of it as automation. What low-value tasks are being performed manually at the moment in the business that you as a DAM product owner can make enhancements to the system to automate certain things so you can release the human mind to do more value add tasks. And those low value tasks are taking more time than ever now with the scale of data that we're being in, and the frequency of campaign pulse points that businesses are expecting us to deliver.
Absolutely.
Because the consumer appetite for new messaging is just growing.
Correct, right. Thank you so much, Maria, for today and participating in a day in the life of DAM. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John, for having me, and I really look forward to chatting with you again.
Absolutely.
This was great.